तैसे कर दूंगा अकेला जाके। इन्होंने, मैं सब कुछ रियली समझ लेता उसको कि भाई अपने साथ ऐसा किया होगा, ये वो, उनके सबको पेल दूंगा जाके। दिल जली थी वे गोटेड, कुछ ही बोलो। अरे यार एक अब गेट आवाज करता रहेगा गाइस, एक सेकंड दो। छुप छुप के, ओ माय गॉड, सब याद आ रहा है तुम लोग को। गाइस जो भी न्यू है मेक श्योर टू सब्सक्राइब द चैनल। लेट्स गो, 400K का गोल है अपना। एंड गाइस ज्वेल्स बेचते रहो फट। हम तुम्हारे हवाले वतन साथियों, 1 और 1 11। ये मूवी मेरे को याद नहीं आ रही एग्जैक्ट। चंद्रमुखी, भाई चंद्रमुखी यार, भाई ये नाम सुना सुना सा लग रहा है, मैं शायद भूल गया हूँ। चंद्रमुखी कुछ तो था यार, डेंजर सा। भाई पहले जमाने की जगह जो भूतों की मूवी होती है भाई, कितनी डेंजर होती है ना एकदम। भाई जो उनकी बैकग्राउंड वाली जो रहती है ना, वो ट्यून सी कुछ तो, चू चू, वो सुनते सुनते है ना भाई फट जाती है भाई बैठे बैठे कमरे में। भाई ऐसी खतरनाक वो लेके आते ना भाई। भाई तुम्हें वो याद है गाइस, कालो करके मूवी, कालो करके भाई, उसका मैं बताऊं मेरी कब फटी।
They haven't been able to get a chicken dinner just yet.
Not just yet. Still impressive stuff, though, coming on through from them to be able to maintain that second place even without a win. But it's still, we still need to see that win, right? A win has got to be where they want to. That's the goal for today, I feel like. You've got 8 games to do it. They need that win because these other teams, I have a sneaking suspicion here, we are going to see a massive upstart?
Kickstart.
That's the one.
Yeah.
For a lot of these teams, this leaderboard is going to be completely overturned. I think we're going to see some very different names in that top 5 at the end of today. So, yeah, I think E-Arena, Tiamba, and Enigma Galaxy, all 3 of those teams, Aurora as well, really need to figure out how they want to play today.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Tiamba actually needs a win. 2024 PMGC was won off the back of pretty much eliminations alone.
Fair.
I think Tiamba can just keep up with this. I mean, 37 elims is very, very impressive. I think Aking's doing very well on that side. You are right in the sense that I really do think it's going to be massively shaken up. I don't think E-Arena is going to stay there whatsoever. I think the only team that I actually have hope for right now is, funnily enough, Enigma Galaxy.
Yes.
And I'm not the biggest Enigma Galaxy fan at the best of times, all right? Okay, I think they have made some silly plays in the past, but they actually do look really good. I love how Enigma Galaxy looks right now.
Yeah, and I'm obviously having a look at non-Team Red Force here because look at those eliminations compared to placement points. The fact that they are able to secure so many points of the elimination average bracket and not the placement, it is going to be their time to just try and hit those top 10s, those top 5s even, and they will move themselves up into that top 7 because the elims are there here because look at those eliminations compared to placement points. The fact that they are able to secure so
मेरी कब फटी।
They haven't been able to get a chicken dinner just yet.
Not just yet. Still impressive stuff, though, coming on through from them to be able to maintain that second place even without a win. But it's still, we still need to see that win, right? A win has got to be where they want to. That's the goal for today, I feel like. You've got 8 games to do it. They need that win because these other teams, I have a sneaking suspicion here, we are going to see a massive upstart?
Kickstart.
That's the one.
Yeah.
For a lot of these teams, this leaderboard is going to be completely overturned. I think we're going to see some very different names in
a
that.
little bit short on their rotation.
Ends up with 150 points at the end of the day. Tomorrow it will be plus 10 of that, where they will be able to actually hit the threshold, the smash zone, and then after that, if they get a win, they wouldn't be a smash zone.
They do.
correct.
Yes.
Carry on.
No.
Go ahead.
Okay. Well.
For you.
Well then. No, I think the Smash Roll has been so fun in the last few tournaments we've had it. I've always really enjoyed it, and I think it's going to be a lot of pressure on all these teams. I think we've had a lot of pressure so far. This lobby is incredible. It's very, very different to what we've been seeing so far in the tournament, and they've just they flipped the switch and they've just gone 110%. Very excited to see what that's going to be coming through for them. Honestly, the Smash Roll is going to be a big thing. You got these top 5 players here. Milu being that MVP here, 7. Big GG.
Yeah, big GG for him, being able to put up those 14 eliminations, 2,800 damage. But we're also looking at some of the other names in this list, Blank. We have Top as well, Mormon, QZZ.
I mean, Mormon has been acting as more men for that team. He is bringing the firepower in a big way. 11 eliminations, genuinely for E-Arena. I think he was kind of carrying the squad yesterday a lot. Scarface still being on that top 5 is a really big deal, though. Aaron, Ketch, big MVP players.
Yeah.
Scarface in the past really pulled it up in terms of that long-range scouting, but he's taking it close range now as well. It's very, very cool here, Lace. I'm really, really enjoying it. Obviously, we saw Milu right at the top, but it's QZZ as well that I really want to see step up for Tiamba.
I mean, I'm excited for Top. I mean,
Okay.
Yeah.
Top is bringing Aurora into the conversation.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like it's a single
Go away,
person.
Doc.
Yeah, it's a single person that fights on these teams, but from the performance yesterday, he's definitely making a name for Aurora and bringing Aurora into the conversation.
Go away, Doc. No, Doc, don't go away.
Oh,
please.
actually,
I didn't say
play
that.
with
You
the
said
team.
top.
Yeah,
Play with the team,
true,
Doc.
true,
Play with the
true,
team, Doc. Don't go away. Don't run off into the distance versus Enigma Galaxy. That was bad. That was very, very bad.
Very, very bad. No good. Stay with the team. And maybe we'll end up seeing a good performance out of Doc. We know that he's capable of MVP performances, multiple MVP performances. But two teams that we're going to be taking a close look at is none other than Vitality and Forthrise, because we know Forthrise wants to be in that first phase, especially towards the top, Lace.
Right, and we talk about the smash rule. You have a look at these teams, about a 25 point for some of these. It's not that far. Teams like Vitality and Forthrives can be that team that literally overtakes the leaderboard in one game. We have seen it before, even coming out of the group stages. Team Vitality, 10.5 average eliminations. And then Forthrives, 6.25. So they have the capability to be able to skyrocket incredibly fast and make their own smash rule up. They're showing consistency, obviously, through each game. The difference, though, in eliminations from group stages to now, obviously, is quite a gap in talking about over the 4 games. But, you know, Team Vitality are taking fights. They're making decisions that benefit them for late game, but they're just falling short. But for Thrives, if we bring them into the conversation, they are getting these eliminations, but they're not really making it to that end zone. So these two championship teams, and obviously, we got some PMCW championships in here, so of course they have the mental capacity, they have the skill to be able to bring them back into the conversation and be absolutely dominant over the course of the matches today. I'm excited.
Yeah, correct. I mean,
I'm stepping forward
you
too.
step
I'm
in-
like,
I can
you
see
can't
that.
it, guys.
Not on
It's a
camera.
catwalk.
You're just going in
I've
there.
got the passion.
But yeah, that's Tiamba. What Tiamba exactly did to the poor guys on Vitality over on Rondo, they just got in there. And I think for Vitality throughout the day, if we look back on it a lot, most of the positions they took on the map were actually quite good, quite formidable, and they played it out decently well. They are just getting pushed by teams a lot. People are very aggressive in this lobby. They had center side towards Jautin, I believe it was, over on Rondo, and we had Tiamba come from outside circle and just send it to them. I think Vitality was very confused. I would be very confused by a play like that, and I think if Vitality didn't go down that early in that game, it would be very different position in the rankings. But yeah, the Elims are going to slow down right now. We are no longer playing into those feeder teams. These are all the best of the best.
And the Ilims are going to keep on coming down for some of the teams. One team that ended up surprising me in a really good way, Nunchim Red Force. Completely different from what we've seen out of the groups, completely different from what we saw in Survival too. Because, yeah, they've been able to just frag out of their mind, but those placement points are not there yet for that squad.
No, they're not. This is only a glimpse of what we know this team is capable of. For me, yeah, Tizzy was 2.25. I mean, that's crazy, right? We're getting really, really good average elims from all of these players. Still, I want to see them just continue that trajectory, continue to go forward, because for me, when you're thinking about, we've got 8 games today, Blank. That is a lot more than we're used to.
Yeah.
It's 4 Miramars as well, right? But it does mean that for a lot of these teams, the pressure is going to get to them, I think, and also you're talking about that mental stamina as well when you have 2 extra games like that. For me, Nongshim, I think, are one of the only teams in this lobby that actually have that mental fortitude to play those extra games as well as they would on any normal day.
One of the only teams. Hot damn, we're getting some shots out here on day 2. I think there's other teams that might be able to bounce back.
I said
and
one,
I think
not
there's
the
going to be a
only.
lot of teams that might be able to surprise us too because of that format, because we are going to be having 8 matches. One team that I'm going to be looking forward to surprising us is none other than Godlike. We have seen the potential that this team is capable of, and we're going to be showing it to you right now. Day 2 of groups, insane when it comes to elimination. eliminations. Yesterday, a big difference, and this is why I think from what they have shown us before, even though it's finals here, I think they'll be able to bounce back.
I think so too. I mean, the major thing that bounces out to me there, though, is the average survival time. Survival time looks fairly good at the moment. 20 minutes to 22. It's not a huge drop off there, but again, I'm going to tie this back into Nongshim Red Force very quickly, just because for Nongshim Red Force, I feel like what we saw yesterday, Lay, especially them and Flash, is that they were going a lot more aggressive. They're trying to experiment with stuff, which is important in these types of end games. When you get to finals, you can't let that pressure get to you. Day one is about experimentation.
Yeah, I mean, Nongshim getting the eliminations.
Exactly.
They've got 20, one placement point. Godlike, on the other hand, getting the placement, finding those positions in center zone, but unfortunately not having the split hold to have the wave of enemies that are coming around from the rotation into the circle. So, obviously, we know Godlike can get these eliminations.
yes.
They can take them on, do these third parties well, but also future-proof their rotation into the map. So today is their day. I agree.
Absolutely.
Hell yeah.
Especially with A matches too. If the first match doesn't go your way, I mean, we do have the two Miramars. The good thing about this, right, is that we do have that Rondo in the third match, which I feel like is going to remind me of what Sandhawk used to be. If for some reason those first two matches don't end up going your way, that Rondo might be that Kickstarter for some of their squads.
That's exactly what we've been discussing, right? I think a lot of people have had that discussion of where should Rondo be placed in a round, in a day, right? And I think this is going to be a really interesting test to actually see, you know, if Rondo is really good in the middle of those of that rotation, of that map rotation. For me, I'm thinking, heck yeah, this is going to be exactly what some of these teams will need. You get that extra recall, you get that extra life, you get all those eliminations. That's the momentum that we start to see some teams trying to build. For Thrives, for instance, was trying to build that momentum yesterday, you know, third partying the hot drop. So for them, if they have a not so good Miramar session in the first half of today, that Rondo should be excellent for them.
I'm loving the energy that we're getting from the fans right now, whether it's Sport Thrives fans. We got Hora right here. This man just popping off too. Sport Thrives having some of the best loyal gamers, that BLG squad that they have there supporting them. We'll see what they're going to be capable of. But talking about how you said earlier, you think, which team was it that you thought was one of the only ones that could actually, Nongshim,
Yeah,
right? The only team.
One of the
There
only
are a few.
teams.
Which are the other
Way
few?
to take our words and twist it.
I know,
That's
right?
crazy.
But yeah, tell us which other ones.
Okay, I think it's probably Aurora.
Agreed.
Aurora would do that. Vitality would do that.
You don't agree, Blaine?
You don't agree with Aurora?
I think Aurora crack like an egg all the time, dude. I think that's totally fair to say. I think group stage Aurora is unreal. Qualifications Aurora, also unreal. Finals Aurora is just a different beast, man, okay? I think if you can back them into a corner, then it could be really good. I do think Aurora's played slightly better this time, but I am getting some moments where I'm like, oh God, it's happening again. I can feel the docketing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You start talking about Aurora, I get past the side for Aurora as well. We gotta be careful with what we say here. Fans are so close by too. Luckily, everybody has been amazing here. Whether it's a Fourth Rise fan, Horror fans, Aurora fans, and for all the fans currently here, don't forget you can go check out the Fan Zone experience here at EWC 26, where there is the awesome collaboration that we got a chance to see a show match for with PUBG Mobile and Naruto. Or you can go check out the Brain Rot Royale, which I've been playing. I think I'm at level 7 or 8 now. I can't remember exactly. So I'm just going to go on brand and say 7 and then just get some of the other cool stuff. We have gotten so many shirts. Actually, for disclosure purposes, I've only gotten one shirt.
One shirt. Yes.
Have you gotten any shirts, Mike?
Oh, I don't have a wardrobe or anything like that from this event. That's not happened.
Oh.
I've got nothing.
It's so cool, though. It's so cool, though. Lacey, you finally get
single
one.
item.
No.
They're gonna play. They're gonna
see
play that
what's
security.
missing.
I got triple T's. Tongue. Sorry.
They're gonna play the security
Sorry.
camera from earlier when we were actually over there before anybody was there. Us just putting shirts in the tote bags with Naruto. I'm like, yes, take all of that. But as we're gonna be heading here towards a match, especially in Miramar, is there one team that you're looking to kickstart off the day with Miramar?
Fourth Thrives. For me, Fourth Thrives has to do it now. Yes, they will have that second chance in the Rondo, but for me, they're tied in 7th and 8th place. They just one good game. They need this. They feed off momentum so much that if they want to survive all 8 matches and still be on top, they have to start now.
I think it's a weird day for Fourth Thrives, honestly, because they love to start on Rondo. They say all the time in the past that Rondo is their best map. Usually they start off Rondo really strong and then they can transfer that momentum. Starting on Miramar, I don't think that it's the craziest map. I still think they can play it. For me, it's probably S2G. S2G has had a tendency in the past for miracle Miramars.
Yeah, I have to agree with that as well. And plus, Miramar, you get 2 at the start, 2 at the end. So these are like practice Miramars, you know what I'm saying? And then right at the end, that's where you have all playability and energy. Yeah, the yes.
I'm going to be looking at Ulf Esports because of what they were able to do yesterday, especially on the last game. They were able to get that chicken dinner, get those extra placement points. But if we were to remove that one chicken dinner out of Ulf, you would end up noticing that they would only end up having 1 placement point. And for me, that is the biggest red flag out of these teams when you're not able to just convert only on elims and the placement points start fading away. I know you said that, yes, a team doesn't really need a chicken dinner to be able to win PMWC, but in my eyes, they do need to be consistent at least towards the top 5.
Yeah, I mean, the beige flag right now is Fourth Thrives, right? We're in the middle ground. I mean, the 4 placement points, not great, but it is promising to see this still 21 eliminations. That shows, gusto going to these matches, which I really do like.
Yeah, Fourth Thrives. We saw some of the decisions yesterday. I think that's what it was. Especially the one that I really have to nitpick, Nepturo, with Fourth Thrives has to be when they decided to coexist with Hora Esports for a little bit too long. I feel like that ended up hurting them in a big way in that match. It would have been one of those things where we usually tend to see them being a little bit more aggressive, making teams back off, but that wasn't the case.
Well, yeah, if you pull into their elimination average, which is 5.25 at the moment, group stages was only 6.25. They're actually upholding their elimination value. Placement, exactly what you said, Seven. They are taking too long on these fights early on, and they have actually not made it really into that top 10 sort of scenario very much. So if they can just obviously push themselves, just give up the fight a little earlier, guys, and get yourself into that rotation, their eliminations will match, and they will actually do a lot better today.
And as we're seeing there in 16th place, EDA Esports with just 2 points. Those 2 points coming from eliminations. This is a team, we're talking about give up the fight, talking about wanting to fight. This is a team that needs to figure out what they actually want to do, because we saw them hot drop with Enigma Galaxy 3 times yesterday, and after the first one, Raouf called them out, which, by the way, Raouf, keep on talking that smack, baby, because when you talk that smack is when we actually start seeing your true potential. You get that little chip on your shoulder. But yeah, for Enigma Galaxy, for EDA especially, they need to just get rid of those hot drops.
Absolutely, dude. You're throwing. I mean, there's no other way to put it, but you are just throwing at that point. Today, though, is great because we don't start on Rondo or Erangel. We just go to Miramar. So hopefully no hot drops there. If there is hot drops,
There are
may need to have like a stern fatherly conversation with Ida at some point.
There could be a couple here going into Miramar, unless some teams decided to adjust. But enough talking. You guys saw us talk yesterday. You guys saw us talk right now. It's time we get into this game. So day 2, PMWC at EWC finals.
Mesdames et messieurs, bienvenue at EWC here in Paris. This is the second day of PMWC here in Paris. I'm so excited, Bunny. What's happening here?
Our attention now shifts to the teams that have to perform well today, because just 8 maps remain until we set the smash score going into Championship Sunday.
Yeah, Bunny, and it's crucial to not fall behind and to stay on the top of these rankings. because everything played today as well.
That's right, we've got young contenders, historic rivalries, and legends of the game ready to go toe-to-toe on the Gadia City grid.
The better player on Worlds meet again for insane games, but which team will seize the opportunity and rise above the rest?
One step closer to $3 million, inching towards the trophy, the status, the glory, and the legacy. And so it is time to kick off day 2 of the PMWC finals at the EWC 2026.
Oh, we are so glad to be back. It's time for Miramar to get locked on in. We've been waiting since yesterday to jump into this map. We are going to be treated to that now, and it could not be more important for all of our teams here. They are going to need those points every single time they can get them. And they've got 8 chances today.
That's what it's all about here, to be on top of the leaderboards going into the final day of this tournament tomorrow. That smash point threshold will be set at the end of the day. Normally we start the day off hot in Rondo, but we're gonna be starting it off hot in the sandy Miramar Desert. So let's get it going, John. I'm excited for this one.
Oh, absolutely. It is so important for all of these teams to keep their nerve, because today is a bit of a marathon, right? With these, with the unexpected 8 games today, you have to have the stamina. You have to be looking for it. It's so much more important than usual. It's kind of easy to disregard. Maybe you think, oh, it's only 2 extra games in the day, but that's another maybe up to 2 hours that you need to keep your mental focus locked in, dialed down, and under control, because every single point matters. Every single match can make the difference, and our players know it more than most.
That is right here, folks. $1.7 million on the line here in the finals all by itself. $3 million prize pool total. First place team going to be taking home $500,000. Woo-hoo! That is exactly what these teams are going to be fighting for here. So like you mentioned, today is definitely a marathon. I'm really interested to see how these teams have prepared for this, how their coaches are going to be kind of hyping them up. I was getting a little bit of a view backstage as well as hearing some of these coaches talk to their teams like, look, I want consistency. I want to see you guys be able to play the game that got you here in the first place. And that's what we definitely need to see.
What I'm kind of interested in as well is, normally you've played the Miramars the previous day, you have all evening, all night to recollect your thoughts about how your Miramar performances went, to be able to re-engage those strategies, anything you noticed, anything you wanted to change. You can really fully brief your team as a coach, as an analyst. Now, they're going to have to do that on the fly.
Yeah.
They're going to have to do that faster for specifically Miramar than we've seen for any other map. And so that could be an interesting dynamic to let unfold here in terms of those point scoring when it comes to the end of today and the last 2 matches of it. As we're getting locked in, our players boarding the plane for the first time. Looking ready.
Yeah.
Hopefully EDA don't get too hot with their drops. We know what they like to do, but it's not, as the desk was highlighting there, it is not Erangel. It's not Picardo. Sorry, it's not. It may be Picardo. I hope it's not. It's not Erangel. It's not Rondo. So they have to try and get some points on board.
They need to desperately. Let's get this one started here, folks. You can see the players are excited. I'm hyped. I know y'all guys at home are excited to see some serious PUBG Mobile action. Let's get into it. Plane path going right down the center in a beautiful diagonal. So these teams, no crazy plane paths to start us off here. But I like what you mentioned, you know, we have to look at it for what it is, right? We're playing 2 Miramars today, and then we're gonna be finishing with Miramar today. So it's gonna be really interesting to see like how these teams are gonna go into these 2 matches, and it's gonna give these coaches a lot of time, right, in between all the other matches to prepare for those final 2. So I'm interested to see how these squads start here and end here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it would be interesting to compare the differences. We haven't seen them yet. I'm talking in the future now. But compare the differences to the adjustments that we're going to see potentially on Erangel, and then look at what adjustments we may see from the start Miramars to the end Miramars today. But that's a conversation for later on, because we do have to get stuck into the action. Hopefully not super quickly, but stranger things have happened. At the moment, I'm not seeing too much danger on these drops. It looks like teams are fairly extricated from one another. It's a little bit interspersed on the east side here, though. Hot Jukes with Tianba and S2G. However, I don't imagine that's going to be too much of a problem. Grab some vehicles, get back, regroup. The circle up to the north side should help to pull that apart as well. Maybe some danger between Godlike and Orangutan, but yeah, they're far enough afield. I don't think that they're going to get too aggy with it.
Yeah, you can see Enigma Galaxy, they're going to be heading on over to El Pozo. That is normally out the 7th drop, but they are not here in the finals, so they should be able to get looted up pretty quick here. They're going to start off by, of course, securing those vehicles. Super important inside of Miramar. Coops right in the trike. You can see him looking up, be like, trike, come on, man. Where is my UAS? Where's my Murado? He's going to need to find something else here. Or stuck to doing some little baby looting here. They're going to be finding some buildings.
But they should be all right.
Yeah, they should be plenty. They'll have plenty of time here to get looted up.
Yeah, they're fairly center on this one. They could potentially break out towards some of the areas in Crater Field to send some looting over there. Alula as well, likely to head towards La Cobraria. Maybe try and hold some of the hills, leave an outpost down south. Aurora gets some target practice in. Yep, that bush is gone. That's no points for that, though. Unfortunately, shrubbery does not count towards your elimination total.
Hey, you always got to check the bush, all right? You never know. You never know. There could be a random player hiding in that one. And you're going to see QZZ get his Murata, so he's going to be driving fast down the lane. But yeah, you got to get some, got to get the fingers warmed up here.
Ooh, I'm seeing a duo from Aura kind of chasing Quick from Alula up north near La Cobraria. It seems like they wanted to try and get engaged with that fight, but I don't think they've been able to hunt it down. Quick just a little bit too up to his namesake. Hang on a minute. They are back on the road again. And Quick is turning tail, moving back towards the rest of the roster for Alula. In the middle of La Cobraria, they're still hiding out, and he has to dunk it out by the concretes. Now he's holding on the upstairs. Backup needs to come through, but currently no response really being seen from the rest of Alula. They're leaving him kind of high and dry as Jiggle from Aura is going to try and descend on this location too. Finally, they're into the vehicles and they're coming in for the rescue. But will it be too little too late as Quick has to go for the hot swap to the UMP juice?
What a sick shot with that shotgun. Unfortunately, it doesn't hit the mark enough to get a knock. And you can see Sleepy, he ended up going to that other side there because he doesn't have a vest at all. He wanted to be able to at least get something. But because of this fight, now you got the rest of Aula being able to hunt them down. You can also see some of the other members of Aura going to come try and support these 3 men. Can he hit the shot? No, unfortunately, Rev doesn't get it. It is a 3v3 from this close end, but the 4th is coming, and that off angle. Let's see how this turns out.
I mean, when you have that south side hill under lock and key for No Fear, if he's going to get engaged here into the fight, maybe not, maybe more preoccupied with some loot, they say, you know what, it's fine, we got this under control. They're not pushing, they're being timid. They have lost a player so early, it's not what you want to see. A very aggressive roll down coming through from Aura in that scenario. Did not want to let Quick get away. I thought maybe they had stopped off a little bit before, but no. They just kept on going, kept hounding that one down. It's worked out here. The question now for me is, as I always talk about with early engagements, how long are you going to spend getting stuck in on this one?
That's the exact question, right? So I like what Aura did, right? They saw a solo player, chase him down, get the secured point. That's fine. I'm starting to wonder what Aula's doing. Yep, because of the fact that they are taking way too long. They are getting caught out, and now here comes Aura on the push. Sky running in with the UMP, looking to get those finishes, and they are on the run. Nasser trying to at least get some angles here. Ooh, hits the croucher, but it's not going to be good enough. It's Aura to delete the first squad here on day 2 of the finals.
Every player getting their elim. Horror getting stuck in early on Miramar. 4 eliminations for the team, 1 apiece. Sleepy will get back to his feet, and they can look to re-establish control back down towards Crater Fields. They may need a little bit more loot on side, depending on how much was going through. I think I did spot a Winchester on one of the players for Horror, so probably looking to get that one replaced. Although there will be crates on the players coming through from Alula as well. In the meantime, though, Godlike has managed to capitalize on this opportunity from this northeast side. They've managed to move in and could contest for the Crater Heels approach.
All right, yeah, you can see these movements coming out really, really quick. Leaderboards, you can see right there on the right of your screen here, folks. E-Arena up on top, waiting to see when Godlike's going to wake up. They definitely need to here today. They're sitting in 14th place with 13 points. Let's see if they can do it. There's still plenty of matches here to be played here, folks. I have a big feeling these leaderboards are going to get shaken up big time by the end of the day.
I mean, we talked about it yesterday a little bit, that 18 match sets, generally you can put more stock into your averages performance rather than those big E-Arena 29 elimmers kind of coming on through.
Yeah.
Which, even then, didn't serve them too well in a 12-match set, which is absolutely insane. But, yeah, absolutely. I'm talking about getting consistent 6-pointers on the boards is so great for your team. If you can do that, every time you get further than that, brilliant. Beautiful stuff. Furia running into a little bit of a roadblock in the form of Enigma Galaxy, but a 1v1 over the top of the hill. Silence shuts him out. And Lord will no longer be able to levy the toll on the crossing. And Furia may even be able to get the res here. For Enigma Galaxy, it is not a good start. In 3rd place, you don't want to be losing players early, not like this.
That was a huge shot there from Silence at the DBS in the mid-range. Is able to get the knock. Very crucial. Instant thirst as well. So you can see Coops is going to be hunting down some high ground, trying to get the revenge for his teammate, but Ayala is climbing this up as well. Is Coops going to see him? He does! He finds Silence slipping. Now he's going to go for the 1v2. Uh-oh. Got to watch out for that shotgun, though. Oh, that did tip him up a little bit. Coops so good in the CQC, though. Push it back and forth. Finds the angle! And catches the 1v2 against Furia.
He baited out so many of the shotgun shells, forced the weapon swap. He knew he had a disadvantage against the shotgun there and was able to do a lot of work. This is vengeance coming through for Coops, and Furia left flagging. Unfortunate. Silence may be resable here as Chief sidles in to go for the res. There is another fight happening on your elimination feeds as well, as 4 Thrives clash with Team Flash on the south side. 4 Thrives doing well. A nade over the top, and Coops goes for 3 now against Furia, who took one of their players down, but they are finding out what it feels like to be under the wrath of Coops. Turning his attention out now to the open sand dunes, but not going to quite connect on the first part of the spray down. Looks for more.
Ooh, headshot! Oh. Are you kidding me? That is Coops with the 1v4 against Furia.
Beautiful stuff coming on through from Coops. Furia needed to keep that one together. That was not looking tidy. Flash, in the meantime, have now been dragged down to 1 on the south side, as 4 Thrives are going to be the main benefactors of that, getting 3 elims. I think, yeah, they're the team that has taken down all 3 players so far from Flash. Aurora, a little bit further afield, in those Picardo hills to the north side of it. They are not going to contest it just yet. So for 4 Thrives, they now have to move in, because we did see a fairly hard east shift on this zone.
Yeah, that eastern shift is going to definitely get these teams moving here pretty quickly. And yeah, 4 Thrives, they are not in the zone just yet. They're right on the south side of San Martin. They're going to be just kind of making sure they get their vehicles going, choosing for the buggy. All right, they're all set up, and now going to find a spot in this next zone. As far as teams that are not here yet, you're going to be looking at Nongshim Red Force. They're all the way down in Los Leones. They're still in the blue zone here, so they're going to be one of the teams pushing the latest into this circle. They are in 12th place right now with 21 points. But with this zone shift like this, it definitely buys you a lot of time here. So the most important thing is just rotating very carefully, not trying to get shot out of your vehicle. Play things very calculated. You can see Tianba already set up in these buildings near water treatment. And this is where they're going to park themselves for as long as possible.
Oh, yeah. You're just going to hold out for the time being. See if you can hold down on these houses. Just trading shots. Ooh.
Oh!
Crazy's found himself a big green gun.
That's my favorite. The AWM. I want to see some snipes, man. Nothing gets me more excited than see a crazy flick headshot to turn the game around. Let's see what Razy can do. He's got the 8x too. Let's see what this replay. Coops, pow, gets the knock on to Silence. Wins the clutch 1v1 here against Ayala. Look at the terrain usage from Coops here. It's just beautiful.
Yeah, that's what I was highlighting before, right? That shotgun bait coming through from Coops, peeking up so quickly and back down, dodging the shells coming through, and again, forcing that weapon swap. He knows that he's going to have the advantage, or at least be on a level playing field if he can do that. The nade on target, yeah, great. Furia just didn't seem to understand how to compete against this high ground position. I'm not too sure what more they could have done there. Maybe just not engaged on that spot to begin with. But yeah, it's a little unfriendly. Next circle comes on through, and that will take us back down towards San Martin on that south side. Keeps the hills to the southwest of water treatment. Hacienda all in play. And teams are going to start to crunch in onto the middle. This roadside to the southwest of water treatment is going to be tricky to navigate, and it looks like Tiamba are going to try and do so, try and keep themselves alive. S2G find out just how tough it can be to move past this location.
Yeah, smart play there from Tiamba. They go ahead and move, and they take this gas station. They realize one of the players from S2G are isolated. Easy point lockdown. That's going to hurt S2G, leaving them with 3. That's an elimination for Tiamba and a slightly better position as well. So this gas station is pretty solid if the zone shifts away from them. The most important thing, though, is protecting those vehicles. It's very weak to that hill behind them. So they're going to have to put them in some different spots just in case the zone does shift.
I mean, it is that road that they are sat right next to that is so difficult to cross right now for teams out on the northeast side, which is why you're seeing so many teams committing down to this southwest edge, right? To being a little bit more uncomfortable, a little bit too close for comfort, but you don't have that major blockage of trying to get across that open ground, which is going to be difficult for Vitality, unless they can find a big opener, crack the can open with that AWN, land that shot, and try and find that pick. Ooh.
Oh, that's
Aurora.
a huge one.
Aurora getting spotted. I think 4 Thrives are getting stuck into the fight. 4 Thrives, 4 players alive. Aurora having one of their players flushed away, and now Hazaifa close up into the fight. The pump action for Reefus, trying to hold the door, but the SK-12 has a couple more rounds behind it, and Ziol goes down quickly too. With 4 Elims already on the card, Aurora going to be contributing to the points tally for 4 Thrives fairly soon. It looks like Doc goes down.
Wow.
The big boom through the window. And Aurora ain't got nothing in the face of 4 Thrives, who look to mark the start to their ascendancy.
And the crowd goes wild here in Paris, France. The 4 Thrives fans are chanting their name. This is what they want to see. And this isn't going to get just any squad here, folks. This is against Aurora, who has been crushing it here so far. So that's the 4th place team out. 4 Thrives in 6, now with 6 eliminations, looking really, really strong to start the day.
Oh yeah, that's exactly how you want to kick things off. But remember, as we said before, it is a marathon today. You can't allow yourself to get tired out. I mean, it's excellent when you find those moments, when you find those high octane, high adrenaline moments, but you cannot allow yourself to drop off after that. So I hope that they're going to have their heads screwed on tight so that they can keep their nerve for the rest of the day as well. And there is still much more of this match to play, so they have to get a lot further. And in this position that they are right now, against Nongshan Red Force, I feel like they potentially could have a good time, but they're going to have to shift northwest away from their current location, past San Martin, which is going to contain, I would say 2, I was going to say 2 teams, but it's 1 plus another player. Top's the last player alive for Flash. That was dealt with earlier by 4 Thrives themselves.
So, yeah, you can see Tops does get away from now 4 Thrives, man. I'll tell you one thing. When it comes to the finals, I'm already feeling a different level of aggression here. Like, these teams are pushing immediately. The second they feel weakness, they're sending it. Now, here comes Aura. We saw Sky get an elimination in the feed. We're going to keep an eye on this one, though. This is still outside of the circle, just to that bottom right side of San Martin.
Yeah, this is on board with the fight in the northwest now, as Hora are able to find Salme. They got that flush that they found the knock for earlier. And Godlike, they are now down to 3. S-Power, though, can just regroup over towards the rest of his team, and they should be fine out there. Hora can look to try and navigate their way forwards. I don't expect another fight between these 2 teams, maybe for the next minute or so. Oh dear.
Oh no, not like this.
That's a real bozo play right there coming through.
Yes.
That's Max Man's grenade of the day.
He almost got away with it too. You know what I'm saying? But our observer's just too good, right? Had to show the replay real quick, just in case you missed this, right? That is where it's at. Yeah, so unfortunate for Aurora. And it just goes, and I'm telling you folks, at this level, I mean, we got $500,000 for first place, and it's little mistakes like this that hurt, but we can see Razy with the AWM starting to put in some work.
Shouldering that can opener. Looks to try and split the seams of Tiamba's hold on the longhouse, but we know what Tiamba can do when they're holding down a longhouse, so we know what Milu can do at least. Vitality want to try and find it. The res comes through. Milu is low HP, but he can get some healing done. Razy is close by. Another stepping forwards, but staying on the rooftops here is bold from QZZ. It may just work with a nade. In response is Brutal, and another to follow it up over towards Aching. Now only one player in the longhouse. Milu looking to try and hold it down. With the Molotov burning, it's going to slow it out, but there's the off angle coming through from Axel. Where's the backup coming from Eagle? He's too far away to get involved here. The nade dribbles down the stairs. Might prove to be difficult to get past there. Does go down. And the res is still yet to come through. 3 players now for Vitality on the inside. Nade's cooking. Axel with a long one. Up to the top floor. May just blast them apart, but Eagle is just chilling. What is going on?
He's leaving it up to Milu, saying, you got this, bro. Oh, I guess you don't got this, as Axel gets the nade onto him. So that is Tianba just getting picked apart here. And really unfortunate for them, but you know what? Vitality soaking up some good points.
I mean, the Eagle has flown away here. It is not what you want to see. I'm not entirely sure what he's trying to do. Maybe he wants to keep that forward position, but the rest of your team's dead, mate. You need to do something about that. Vitality were able to run through there. They got a really great opener with that AWM that we were talking about, the can opener on the position. And he was able to keep that momentum rolling with some big nades up to the top of the roof and a couple more positions beside. Amino looking to stop the run out from Vitality, and they will have to run out with the circle shifting central.
Oh, Amino's got this on lock. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna have to see a crazy shot here from Vitality to help this team out. I know that there is an AWM somewhere around there. And oh, nice shots there. They know exactly where he is. They say, oh, you think you have this down? Oh, that headshot though said, okay, how about you like some of that? So, oh, that looks like it is Eagle going down. Oh, there's the AWM. Brazy's got it. Said, pick me. I dare you. I dare you to go over that rock. I told you! That is it! Razy taking him out!
Boom! Takes him down from behind the rock. What a pickup coming through from the shot. At the end of the AWM barrel. Beautiful stuff. They baited him into thinking it was a rifle fight as well. Yeah. Little tickle trades, and then he was like, I'm going to win this trade surely. And then he's like, bam! You didn't expect that. Claps back, and immediately now Godlike down to 2 players alive. After losing one earlier to Hora on that northwest edge. Oh, Tizzy, that's not good news. And that's immediately flushed by 4 Thrives on the southeast.
Now we're going to go ahead and see Vitality. That goes to show you, folks, the bolt action could change the game for you. And it works out here. AWM clutching it up. Now you can see the rest of Godlike just going to have to hold those buildings for now. This is inside of the circle. Vitality, they know they have the numbers here, though. So they're like, all right, there's got to be a couple of players of Godlike somewhere. Can't just run into these buildings for free. Just trying to get a little bit of information. And yeah, ooh, doing some little pre-fire shots onto some windows, looking to possibly catch somebody off guard. But here we go into the end game. Stage 5, circle starting to close. And this is an interesting one. I mean, we still have San Martin in play. A lot of open field, though, as well. You can see Aaron getting in some headshots onto So Easy. And now here comes Team Vitality on the push.
They're looking to roll around. 2 players now remain for Godlike. Federales leads the charge into the position. S-Power first to face. Molotov on the window, burns him down, immediately toasts him. And now S-Power on the inside has more to say. The suppressor on the end of the SK-12 makes it quiet, but it's speaking loud with it. And he looks for more as well. 3 players fall at the feet of S-Power, and he looks for the flushes to keep it going. Manya will not be in this fight just yet as he drops for another flush, and in comes the backup. Manya.
He hit him with the Molotov, and now Razak is down to 1 HP,
and there they go!
S-Power with the 1v4!
Ascendancy coming through for Godlike on the north side. Vitality, they thought they'd taken enough out of them, but no! The gas in the tank, burning!
Let's get this going. Are you kidding me? Day 2 of the finals starting off hot here. Multiple 1v4s. S-Power at the end of the day yesterday said the domination begins, and now it has begun.
Unleashing that luxurious hair, sweeping it left and right with the shotgun shells ringing out in the ears of his enemies. Vitality have no idea what hit him. Milu, S-Power, These longhouse shotgun plays, I'm telling you, man, there's something special about it. I love to see it. I absolutely adore it. With 5 eliminations now in the game, Godlike looking to keep their march going, but they have to get across some open ground here. E-Arena will be fully aware of what has just occurred on their north side. They should know exactly what has unfolded, and crossing this open ground is going to be difficult. I imagine that it's more likely they may look to sweep to the east, get a little bit more coverage as they may try and approach Ulf or sweep through the remnants of other teams across the map.
Let's see how the rest of this match turns out. It's already been so hot here. Coops had a 1v4 earlier. They're sitting with 4 points on the edge of the circle. Satan, I believe, does have a position. Oh, I think this is still out of zone, so they're going to have to start pushing up here. Ooh, XEY in the blue, and this one hurts. This is stage 6. This one's going to start chunking you down. So he's going to go ahead and get himself healed up, and yeah, already getting shot. He's like, oh, I thought I was safe. Nope.
You thought. Yeah, you thought. Down he goes on that side. Ulf all too happy to pick up the point there. They're now on to 6 eliminations, and that will hopefully bolster them. Oh, he was going to find the shot onto S-Power as well. I mean, I said I was thinking they were going to wrap east. I didn't say thought it was going to be successful.
Yeah.
It's still a really tricky approach here, and down goes Manya, but they have left an impression on this match. Godlike can hold their heads high on their route out of this game.
Hey, it's plays like that that can be the difference, right? I mean, from a big jump in prize pool. So, I mean, Godlike losing players early, still put some good points on the board on the back of that 1v4. Looking on over to Enigma Galaxy, though. What are they going to do? They got their eyes set onto Ida, and it looks like Coops does get caught, though, on the transition by Sky, but he should be able to get safe here in res. I like the fact that Rauf is starting to throw some util up on top just to buy his teammates some time, and they should be able to get the reset here.
I mean, that was a long-range assist coming through. Horror on that north side, I think that's at least 300, if not 4, away. And that's a really helpful hand over towards Ida to leave Enigma Galaxy on 2. Ralph now in position to potentially look for the res, suppress the run-outs here with those 2 nades lying in wait. Darkin mollying the corner. That's actually going to help the res coming through. So for Ida, they're keeping them on the outside, sure, but they're keeping themselves on the inside as well, which is going to allow Enigma Galaxy to get back to fighting form, and they're in the zone too. E-Arena versus Aura on the north side, though, that looks like it could get nasty soon.
Yeah, I think Ida are just kind of holding him out here because they realize the zone is coming and the edge of this might be outside of it, but let's see how the play ends up reading out. Satan throwing in some nades in there, trying to get that crucial first knock. Rita trying to make some plays. Oh, the off angle here from Ida is going to be huge. Let's see what he can do from that spot.
Could have been huger, but I think he just dropped the nade into the sand dune instead of throwing it over towards the opponents there. Not quite as efficacious as you need it to be. You can see on the picture-in-picture there's fights across the map. Horror really suffering against E-Arena as Enigma Galaxy still hold the stay on over. Ida on the run out now, rolling around the edge. Every goes down, and there is just a cacophony of shotgun shells blasting them back. A tide of lead sweeps them straight back in the door they ran out from.
I'm so shocked that they ran out like that. Let's see what Enigma Galaxy can do on this push, though. Darkin's up on top. Coops in the front line with the S12K. That's the weapon you want in the CQC. The best close quarters combat gun in the game. Now let's see what Ralph can do. Everybody shotguns out. Oh, nice play there from Ida, catching some little angles there, peppering up the side of Ralph. These guys are level 3'd out of their minds, though, right now.
Oh, goodness me. There's the off angle. I think that's E-Arena taking shots across the way, because, of course, E-Arena did clean up the fight with Horror just a moment ago as well. Hot Jukes on that northern side. They got some really big openers with a couple of nades on board, and were able to convert.
Oh, the bounce!
What a bank on the nade there from Coops. And now just one player on the top floor, and the shotguns are going to continue to put the pressure down. But there is still a little bit more left to fight, as Enigma Galaxy are taking shots from across the way. They get rid of Ida, but now Ulf step into their shoes. Take down one Turkish team. Another one's here to play.
Hello, Catch is right there waiting for you. Aaron's gonna have to turn around though, throw a smoke down, trying to be able to get up Solus. Enigma Galaxy though, great start, 8 eliminations so far. Ulf have 9 though. They're looking to put themselves up on the leaderboards here. But hey, E-Arena's gonna have something to say about that. They're gonna go ahead and start throwing some util onto the side of Ulf. Ulf are gonna have to decide what is the biggest threat here, and it's gotta be E-Arena. Scarface, oh, thinking about trying to pick up his teammate, but E-Arena's right there.
Oh man, this position is really annoying for Ulf. If they could have gotten rid of Nigma Galaxy, it would be so much more free and easy for them. They could take control of that whole June all the way out to their west side, but with Coops and Ralph still in action, they are penned in here. Solus bleeding out, and Arena can start to establish that chokehold on them.
Oh, vehicle coming on up. Here come the mollies too. Aaron's on fire. Not able to make it happen here. Scarface on the other side is getting peppered as well. He's going to throw some util, but Ulf just getting picked apart. Arena.
Big.
Oh, those nades huge. That's going to pepper up Mormon real good. And it opens up the door for Enigma Galaxy as well.
They're moving across the open ground, and they do fall. Ulf cannot weather the storm again. It's that position from Enigma Galaxy, the prevention of them sweeping out to the west that really came back to bite them here. Tourniquet layering down some more smoke cover now, and Enigma Galaxy with a 2 versus 4. Well, Coops can do it on his own, right? So what's Ralph even doing here? He's not needed.
Yeah, he's just there for moral support at this point, right? Let's see what he can do. But hey, you know what? You could never count out the IGL. That is Rove. He's already still got that anger built inside him, that fire, all the way from Aaron Gale Pachinki. Looking to apply it here.
Ooh.
Coops with the headshots. Gets peppered up a little bit, though, in the process. The thing is that these guys are out of position big time. It's going to take a miracle for Enigma Galaxy to do it. But we saw one before. We could see it here again for the 3rd time in this game.
That would be pretty insane. That would probably be the most 1v4s we've ever seen in a single match of competitive PUBG Mobile at this level. They've got about a minute before the zone closes fully on that stage 9 zone. And they just have a sliver of it on the edge of that open concrete slab. They are just in, but that's not going to be comfortable.
Oh, look at this flyby right here. I mean, Arena doing a 2-2 split. Now, if for some reason Coops can get 2 of these players, now, okay, yeah, Schweppes is going to move on over, play that mid-range. I like that. You know, just better safe than sorry. Use your numbers advantage, use the blue zone, and Arena should have this locked down.
Yeah, they're playing this very, very safe. Arena looking to try and convert from the top of the tables to a chicken dinner at the start of today. It would be so incredible for them to open that kind of a lead. And again, we've talked about it before, Schweppes, the only player here with a chance to get the 3rd title of PMWC champion. The only player in the world with that opportunity.
Oh, here come Arena. They're going to go on the push, where they're going to get aggressive. They take down Coops. It's just Raouf, and that is it. Arena get the first chicken dinner here today. They're hyped up. They're excited. And they were on top of the leaderboards here, so that's going to push them even further beyond.
And they played that north side well. They rotated through. They weren't over-aggressive. I liked that regroup off the 2-2 because, as you said, if you get one of those miracle picks, all of a sudden, one of those angles is basically gone because you have to stick that res. You have to try and keep your numbers advantage. Then there's some negotiation that can happen. Regroup is 4. There's nothing that Enigma Galaxy can do. The flex out, I think, was probably okay, but was pretty bold, and I liked it. I liked it towards the end there. For Arena, they should be happy to kick things off today with a chicken dinner, but we've seen them do that before. We've seen them do that before in record-breaking fashion. I do not want a repeat of what happened for the rest of that day. They did not keep that pace, and it is, again, that marathon today. So for Arena, a brilliant start to push them even further at the top of the tables, and free and clear of a lot of players keeping up to them right now. For the time being, of course, with a lot more matches to play, there's still the capacity to close that gap, but yeah, very, very happy with that opener. It felt controlled as well, in a way that I think that the big rondo that they had didn't quite feel like it was as much their agency, even though they were proactive and they were doing things. This felt like it was much more Arena's victory.
Yeah, I mean, the Thai squad coming in so hot here off the rip. They're looking strong. And let's see if they can continue that dominance here in a bit.